When Disney California Adventure opened in 2001, it failed to live up to many guests' expectations, as the California themed park seemed to have been created on a very small budget. However, one new original attraction proved to be a success at the new park. This is the Distory of Soarin' and its eventual connection to the Society of Explorers and Adventurers. The original plans for the new California theme park coming to the Disneyland Resort featured a suspended simulator. Known as Ultra Flight, guests would have boarded on 3 different floors before being suspended in front of an IMAX screen. However, this version would have proved too complicated and expensive to build. Imagineer Mark Summers ended up coming up with a solution to this problem by creating a model from an old erector set to show how all guests could board on the ground floor, before the 3 rows of vehicles would swing out and be stacked vertically in front of the screen. With this new design, Soarin' over California opened with Disney California Adventure in 2001, taking guests from a California airfield on a flight over California. The attraction's success prompted plans for Soarin' to be added to Walt Disney World's Epcot. Known simply as Soarin', this version was located in the Land Pavilion and themed to an airport, taking guests on a journey to California. Again, the attraction proved to be a popular success, so much so that a 3rd theatre was added in 2016 to increase the park's capacity. 2016 would end up becoming a significant year for Soarin'. In June 2016, Shanghai Disneyland opened with its own version called Soarin' Over the Horizon as part of the park's adventure aisle. Rather than using the California film, this version took guests on a journey around the world after visiting a shaman at the ancient observatory of the Abori tribe. On June 15, Soarin' closed at Disney California Adventure and Epcot, reopening on June 17, 2016 as Soarin' Around the World, using the same film as Soarin' Over the Horizon. Whilst Epcot no longer shows Soarin' Over California, that film occasionally returns to Disney California Adventure during their annual Food and Wine Festival. That takes us to Tokyo DisneySea. In April 2016, several projects were announced to be coming to the Tokyo Disney Resort, one of them being a new version of Soarin' at Tokyo DisneySea called Soarin' Fantastic Flight. In 2019, the new attraction opened in the Mediterranean Harbour section of the park and was themed to Camellia Falco, the former owner of the Museum of Fantastic Flight. The attraction's film was similar to Soarin' Around the World, with the Paris scene being replaced by a Tokyo scene. The main difference was that the ride vehicles were known as Dreamflyers, designed by Camellia, who had been inspired by Leonardo da Vinci. The queue for the attraction takes guests through an exhibit at the Museum of Fantastic Flight in Porto Paradiso, celebrating 100 years since Camellia Falco was born. The character was originally teased in Disneyland's Tropical Hideaway, which opened in December 2018, as part of a Society of Explorers and Adventurers All Wall. An All on the Wall can be seen commemorating Camellia Falco's journey on the Zambezi River in 1831. Soarin' Fantastic Flight's queue would end up revealing more about the Falco family and Camelia's role in the S.E.A. Camellia was born in 1801 to Celino and Giuliana Falco, and at a young age she was given a pet falcon called Aletta. Celino started construction of a Museum of Fantastic Flight in 1807, and it opened in 1815. Inspired by her parents' interest in flight, Camellia was an active balloonist and engineer, and she ended up designing the Dreamflyers after being inspired by Leonardo da Vinci's flying machine sketches. In 1850, Celino retired, and Camellia inherited the Museum of Fantastic Flight. This prompted her to be noticed by the Society of Explorers and Adventurers. In 1851, Camellia Falco became the first woman inducted into the S.E.A. at a large ceremony in Porto Paradiso, with President Vitali Rubistelli, Secretary Jason Chandler, and established member Henry Mystic being present. In 1975, Camellia died, leaving the museum to the S.E.A. to run. Finally, in 1901, when the museum is hosting its exhibit on Camellia Falco's life, the ghost of Camellia would end up appearing to the guests, inviting them to take a ride on her dream flyers. Whilst Disney California Adventure's opening was rocky, Soarin' has stood the test of time and can now be found in 4 Disney parks around the world. After the opening of Soarin' Fantastic Flight, we both received a new member of the S.E.A. in Camellia Falco, and we learnt more about the S.E.A. during the mid-1800s. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below on what you want to see next on the Distory channel.